The courtroom air felt heavy like judgment itself breathing down his neck. Marcus Hill sat alone at the defense table. 19 years old. Plain gray hoodie under a worn janitor uniform. Eyes tired but burning with something deeper, truth. They whispered around him. A poor kid in a rich man's courtroom. The accused thief. The invisible. Then the doors opened. Judge Harper walked in. Black robe. Cold eyes. That smirk that said he'd already made up his mind. All rise. Chairs scraped. Shoes echoed. Justice walked in wearing arrogance. Marcus stood. Not tall enough to be seen. Not loud enough to be heard. But enough to matter. The judge looked at him like he'd seen a stain. Marcus Hill, he said, you're charged with theft and trespassing. His tone was soft. Fake soft. The kind that hides the knife. Marcus tried to speak. Your Honor, I didn't. Harper cut him off. You didn't? The camera footage says otherwise. He leaned forward. Let me guess, you'll say it was edited? Laughter. From the crowd. From the prosecutor. From everyone who thought justice was entertainment. Marcus clenched his hands. I fixed that camera. I know what it saw. The judge chuckled. Son, you're a janitor, not an engineer. The courtroom laughed again. It echoed like cruelty always does. Marcus lowered his gaze. Took a slow breath. He remembered his mom's voice. Don't break. They want you to. He looked up. And in the back row, he saw him. A man in a gray suit. Watching. Calm. Still, his eyes said keep going. Marcus spoke again. There's another video, Your Honor. The real one. You just don't want to see it. Harper leaned back. Listen, boy, Marcus interrupted. I'm not your boy. The air froze. Every whisper stopped. The bailiff shifted. The prosecutor smiled nervously. The judge stood. You're trying my patience. Marcus stood too. And you've already tried my life. Gasps. Shock. That's when the man in the gray suit rose. Voice steady. Enough. Every head turned. Harper squinted. And who are you? The man walked forward. Slow. Measured. I'm the one who owns this building. Silence fell heavy. Even the lights seemed to hum differently. The judge blinked. Excuse me? The man stood beside Marcus. My name is Elias Hill. His father. The courtroom exploded in whispers. The prosecutor went pale. The bailiff froze. Even the stenographer stopped typing. The judge stammered. Why, your son? Elias nodded. Yes. The same one you just called boy. Harper's jaw tightened. This is highly irregular. Elias's tone sharpened. What's irregular is a system that mocks the poor and shields the corrupt. He looked at the clerk. Play the drive. Marcus handed it over. The screen flickered. Footage rolled. Marcus sweeping the office. Clocking out. Timestamp clear. Then another man entered 15 minutes later. The real thief, same jacket. Different face. Gasps. Phones out. The truth on full display. The prosecutor whispered, This can't be. Elias turned. It's your investigator. The judge's face drained color. Marcus looked at him. You laughed at my defense, but you never listened. Elias stepped forward. My father built this company from nothing. You built your career on mocking kids like him. The judge's gavel slammed. Enough. This hearing is adjourned. Elias smiled faintly. No. This hearing is remembered. He turned to Marcus. Let's go, son. They walked past the silent crowd. No applause. No noise. Just respect. Every camera followed them to the door. Outside, the sunlight hit Marcus's face. Freedom never felt so bright. He looked at his father. You planned this? Elias smiled. I gave you the truth. You made them see it. Marcus nodded. For the first time, he believed it was over. Then, a black sedan rolled up beside the courthouse. Tinted windows. Engine humming low. A phone buzzed in Marcus's pocket. Unknown number. He answered. You think you've won? The voice was cold. Mocking. Check your father's company records. Room 309. Then tell me who really owns this court. Marcus looked at his father. What was that? Elias frowned. Something I should have buried years ago. Marcus stared back at the courthouse windows. One light flickered. A shadow moved out. He felt that same weight again. The one he thought he escaped. He whispered under his breath. Justice isn't over. The wind carried it away. The camera panned up. Black screen. Text appeared, to be continued. The system fights back. Marcus couldn't sleep. The judge's laughter still echoed in his head. Every word replayed like a wound refusing to close. He sat by the window, watching the city breathe in lies and exhale sirens. His father's words looped in his mind. Justice doesn't end when they clap for you. It ends when they stop laughing at the truth. He turned on his laptop. The glow hit his face like interrogation light. He opened the folder labeled Case Files. Inside, dozens of names. All poor. All black or brown. All crushed by the same system. Different faces. Same signature at the bottom. Judge Harper. Marcus scrolled. Dozens of asset seizures. Properties confiscated. After false arrests. Businesses shuttered. Homes gone. All approved by Harper. All signed off by the same law firm, Daniels and Company. He whispered to himself. They weren't locking people up for justice. They were cashing them out. His phone buzzed. Unknown number. He hesitated, then answered. Marcus Hill? The voice was deep, gravelly. Yeah? Who's this? I heard you're looking into things you shouldn't. Marcus froze. Who is this? The line went dead. He stood, peering out the window. Across the street, a black sedan idled. Same one from the courthouse. Headlights off. Engine running. Watching. Waiting. His pulse raced. He shut the blinds, grabbed his jacket. His father was at a late meeting downtown. He typed a quick message. They're watching me. Before he could hit send, a knock at the door. 3 times. Hard. Marcus? It was his mom. He exhaled. But then, another voice followed hers. Female. Firm. Mr. Hill, open up. Agent Reynolds, Department of Internal Affairs. Marcus opened the door slightly. A woman stood there, black trench coat. Badge flashing under the porch light. Sharp eyes. No nonsense. Internal Affairs? He asked. She nodded. You've been digging into Harper's files. That got their attention. Whose attention? The kind that doesn't send warnings twice. He stepped back. What do you want from me? She lowered her voice. To keep you alive long enough to finish what you started. Marcus frowned. Finish what I started? She walked in, closing the door behind her. Harper's part of something bigger. Judges. Cops. Lawyers. They're all linked through Daniels and Company. The same firm your father's company partnered with 5 years ago. Marcus blinked. My father's company? Yes. The contracts are sealed, but someone's been laundering money through those court settlements. Marcus's breath caught. You're saying my dad's business is the reason Harper's never been touched? He shook his head. No. My father wouldn't. She cut him off. Marcus, do you really think justice can afford to be clean? Before he could respond, a sound outside. Tires. Doors slamming. Reynolds drew her gun. Get back. The window shattered. Marcus hit the floor. Glass rained down like truth breaking. Bullets tore through the living room wall. Reynolds shouted into her radio. This is Agent 47B, shots fired, 1024 Maple. Requesting backup now. Marcus crawled toward the hallway. Mom! She screamed from the kitchen. I'm okay, Marcus, stay down. Reynolds fired 2 shots back. The sedan outside revved, peeling away into the night. Then silence. Only the ringing in his ears remained. Reynolds leaned against the wall, blood on her side. I told you, you were in deep. Marcus knelt beside her. You need a hospital. She shook her head weakly. No hospitals. Too many of them are in on it. She pulled a folded note from her coat. Pressed it into his hand. Go here, she whispered. Ask for someone named Maya. She'll know what to do. Her voice faded. Her eyes closed. Marcus called her name again and again, but she didn't answer. Sirens approached. Police lights painted the walls red and blue. An officer stepped through the shattered doorway. Gun raised. Then lowered. Sir, we'll take it from here. Marcus looked up. His name tag read H. Daniels. Marcus froze. The same name from the files. Daniels smiled. Long night, huh? Marcus didn't reply. Daniels leaned in. Harper sends his regards. Then he turned, calm as a storm that's already done its damage. Marcus's hands shook. He looked at the note Reynolds gave him. One address. Safe House 17, Riverside Docks. He grabbed his coat. Slipped out the back before anyone noticed. Rain poured down. Every drop hit like a warning. He didn't look back. Couldn't. Not when the system was watching. He reached the docks after midnight. Rust. Cold wind. Waves hitting metal. He checked the address again. The warehouse loomed ahead, dark, quiet, empty. He walked closer. Each step echoed like fate counting down. Then, a light flickered inside. A shadow moved behind the glass. A woman's voice whispered from the dark. You shouldn't have come alone, Marcus. He froze. How do you know my name? The door creaked open slowly. And from the shadows, a familiar face stepped forward. Brown eyes. Gray suit. Elias Hill. His father. Marcus's voice broke. Dad? Elias's face was cold. Harder than before. You were supposed to leave this alone. Marcus backed up a step. What are you talking about? Elias's tone dropped low. You don't understand what you've started. Marcus shook his head. You knew. You knew Harper was part of this. Lightning flashed outside. For a split second, the truth burned bright. The same gray suit. The same eyes. But a face Marcus no longer recognized. Dad, he whispered. What did you do? Elias exhaled slowly. Son, sometimes justice costs more than you're willing to pay. The camera panned out. Thunder rolled across the sky. The screen flickered to black. White text appeared. Follow for part 2.